Well, good evening, everyone. It's your friend Bruno. And once again, we've gone online. We're going to see what kind of a sunset we have this evening. Uh, we can feel just a few drops of rain, but in the distance, you can see the sun shining through the trees. It's going to be interesting. I might end up getting a little wet tonight. You can start to hear the rain actually hitting the awning. Um, as the atmosphere begins to cool. And yeah, I might have to run under the awning here in just a few moments. I have had one shower today. Seems to feel like I might be getting another one. But it is what it is. So I'm wondering how everything is with you all out in the world tonight. Doesn't look like we have anybody signed in. Of course, you know, hopefully that's a good thing. Hopefully people are gathering with their families and friends, or maybe you've gone out to supper. I know that my friend Kip came by a few hours ago and collected me, and we went on over to Bridgeport, and we had a wonderful supper at the port. Had never been there before. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful family tavern, really, when you get right down to it. And I took some pictures and some images. I'm actually going to put a review on Google Maps sometime the next day or two. And we were hosted by the wonderful Hallie, who is our waitress this evening. And really was just a wonderful, wonderful evening. And MCH 8894 says, "Yeah, sunset. Welcome aboard. Glad to see you come aboard, and thank you for the thumbs up." So, MCH, where are you tonight? It looks like we've got 15 people who've come aboard. Like I said, it looks like I'm going to get a little wet tonight. I don't know if you can hear the rain falling. Yes, we are in the USA, MCH. I'd sure like to know where everybody else is. I mean, you know, these chats are more about you folks than me. It's always fun to learn, make new friends. I can't say that I know Indonesia all that well, and I'm afraid I don't have access to a map in front of me or a globe. But tell us more, MCH 8894. Tell us more about Indonesia. In fact, excuse me. I'm okay. Just a bit of a frog in my throat. What time is it where you are? Because I know it's already tomorrow where you are. And here, it's approximately 1946, which would be approximately 0046 UTC. Yes, Indonesia 88 or MCH 8894 says is a country in Southeast Asia. Yes, if I recall correctly, Indonesia is beneath Vietnam and Indochina, and is largely an island country, isn't it? If I recall correctly. And I'm trying to remember, isn't the island, or aren't the islands of Krakatoa and Java both part of Indonesia? If I recall, you're actually situated on the Pacific Ring of Fire, very earthquake-prone area and prone to tsunamis. And MCH 8894 has said that I was right about the geography. Yeah. We're having just a little bit of a freshet here. I don't know if there's any indication on the screen where you can actually see the rain. You can actually see it on the screen of my device. As long as it doesn't downpour, I think we're going to be okay. In fact, I think what I'm going to do, because it is starting to pick up a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and put up a green screen and go inside and possibly grab an umbrella so that I can at least have a little shelter from this. And MCH 8894 says there is probably no doubt that 67% already know Indonesia. Okay, so like I said, we're going to go ahead and create a green screen here for a second. And MCH, could you please mine the chat while I'm off resituating everything? I really greatly appreciate that. And yes, it is raining here. In fact, here you can see, the rain, the reflection of the rain on the back of my hand. So, like I said, we're going to go ahead and set up a green screen. And let me find something to put up there. Let's see here. I'm just scrolling through. Here's an earlier sunset that I had taken. And you can focus on it. It's a little bit more clear. And enjoy that. So, bear with me. We're going to work through the rain. And I'll be right back. In the meantime, you can listen to the rainfall underneath the awning. There you can hear the rainfall. Okay, and I'll be back in just a few moments, folks. Thank you for your patience. if you can hear right now, the noise you're hearing is actually the rain falling on the umbrella. And in just a moment, we'll be able to take down the green screen. Let me go ahead and get my glasses off. I'm holding the device much closer to my face now, so I can't actually focus. And let's go ahead and take back down the green screen. So that once again you can see what I see. And yeah, we disconnected there for just a moment. Sorry about that. We're trying to disconnect from the green screen. Sorry, El Guapo. We didn't have a chance to chat. So, yeah, you can see my boots flashing in and out. Let's see if we can go ahead and knock down that green screen again. There we go. Now we're back to live. Yeah. There's still a chance that the sun is going to peek through under the clouds. So let's see what happens. So MCH, are you still there? Are you still with us? Looks like that we're alone again. Oh, but somebody's come back. Looks like we have two. Welcome. We're just watching the sunset through the rain tonight. And the rain is definitely a godsend. We've had such high temperatures here over the past week. We've had heat advisories and such. But the rain actually feels quite nice. And I can feel just a touch of a breeze, which we have to be mindful of, because actually that can give you quite a chill all of a sudden. I'm just trying to arrange the umbrella so that it protects the camera and still allows me a free hand. When I see something funny, I'll flip the camera back so you can see what I look like under the umbrella. You can maybe get a chuckle out of this. Yeah. So there it is. Interestingly enough, the umbrella shows up as green. I'm going to see if maybe that will clear up. Could be a glitch in the system. There. Now you can see it, yeah. So I'm literally huddled under the umbrella here. So there you go. Kind of a silly thing. Oops. Now that's interesting because it's gone back to a green screen on that side of the camera. So we do that, and back we are where we should be. And you can see the sun starting to peek through the clouds in the distance. You can see the gold if you look through the trees there as it's backlighting the clouds. It's so beautiful. And I think the rain has let up enough that I can actually put the umbrella down for the time being. So let me do that. There. And I have it handy, so if it starts to rain again, I can go ahead and grab it and shelter under it again. So just a beautiful, beautiful summer's evening here in southeast Illinois. I hope it's beautiful wherever you are in the world. And Benjamin has come aboard and asks if we want to hear a joke. Well, that depends, Benjamin. I'll let you type it in. If it's appropriate, I'll repeat it. If it's not, well, I guess everybody else in the chat will get it, but I have to be mindful. You know, there's all kinds of people that, of all ages, that view these live streams. Okay. And Benjamin has posed the question, but I have to wait for the punchline before I can actually moderate the joke. So go ahead, Benjamin. What's the punchline? I'll bet you this is pretty good. Probably a dad joke. Okay, here we go. It is, yeah, it's definitely a dad joke. Benjamin, here's Benjamin's joke. Benjamin asks, why are teddy bears never hungry? And the answer? Because they're always stuffed. Oh, yeah. Good one. Definitely a good joke. Thanks for sharing that, Benjamin. That was fun. That was fun. Yep. Now I've got one for you. Do you know why, or in fact, does anybody out there know why elephants wear tennies? So far, we've gotten crickets for a response. Oh, here's Benjamin asking why. Well, it's because 90s are too small and 11s are too big. I think that's a joke I first heard when I was in junior high school. And my gosh, that was 50 odd years ago. Yep. Yep. And Benjamin got a chuckle out of that one. Yeah. And then there's another one of my favorite lines that's attributed, I think, to Groucho Marx, who used to say that time flies like an arrow, but fruit flies like a banana. Yeah. Oh, what a beautiful sunset it's turning out to be. I wish you could see it as clearly as I can. The camera is not able to do it justice, I'm afraid. It is just beautiful. Just beautiful. I'm so glad you're here tonight to share this. I'm so glad. And I don't know if you can hear that, but just off to my port side I have heard the first cicada of the year. That is an omen. They say that the first cicada of the year heralds that it is 3 months away from our first frost. And it's very interesting. That's something I'm actually going to have to make note of, is that I have heard the first cicada of the year here where I am. And Benjamin wants to know, where do fish keep their money? Where do fish keep their money? On the riverbank? And Benjamin says, yes, a riverbank. Yes, yes. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And he says, yes, I got it. Well, we got it. We got it. Oh, heavens. I have a friend who lives a couple of miles away from me. We used to see each other every morning, but our health changes and such, and we can't always get together. But my gosh, his name is Tom, and Tom was in the Army. He was a lifer in the Army, but he actually started out in the Marine Corps. Just an incredible, intelligent man. And but how can I put it? Once you get him going, he could, he could remember jokes, and he got along so well with the children and everything. It was just incredible. And Benjamin says that his name is also Tom. And Afghanistan signed in and said hi. Hello. Welcome aboard. Yeah. So what time is it where you are, Afghanistan? You should be just having dawn, if I'm not mistaken. And Tom says that Benjamin is just a facade. Wink, wink. Yep. Nam de plume, they used to say. But how can I put it? For the sake of clarity, I'm going to keep referring to you as Benjamin. Usually, I just simply go by the YouTube handles as they show up on the chat. It's a lot easier on me and anybody else who may be in the chat as well. It's a lot less confusing. Oh, if you could see that sunset more clearly. Yes. And Benjamin agrees, it is confusing otherwise. And Afghanistan says that in Kabul, it's 3:30 a.m. So it's pre-dawn for you. And by the way, folks, those of us in North America, that's 3:30 a.m. tomorrow already. We seem to forget here in the U.S. that actually we're quite a bit behind the rest of the world when it comes to world time. And Benjamin is asking, what's it like living in Afghanistan? And we're waiting for Afghanistan to reply from Kabul. Be patient, Benjamin. Be patient. It's not that Benjamin is asking another question. It's just that we have to be mindful of the world as it is in Kabul right now. And Benjamin has another joke. So tell us, Benjamin, what do you got for us this time? And it looks like we've already accumulated 4 likes. Thank you so much for those. And Benjamin asks, did you hear about the cheese factory that burnt down in France? No. And Chunkaroo has signed in and said, what's up, Bruno? How's your day going? Well, wonderful, since we're all here. Welcome back aboard. And Benjamin has come back with the punchline about the cheese factory that burnt down in France. And he says, well, there was nothing left but debris. D-E capital B-R-I-E. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and look at that sun come through now. Isn't that beautiful? You can see it out in the trees just dead ahead. Can you see that, folks? Isn't that beautiful? How it's come out from under the clouds. And how golden and beautiful it is. Oh, I wish you could see it in the clarity that I can see it. It's still bright. I have to look through the camera. You can see how it's shining. See a little bit of reflection off the lens of the camera on the phone. And Chunkaroo is typed in either IH or 1H. And Afghanistan says, hey bro, do you know how many highly educated Afghans waiting for a good life are trying to get in your country? That's kind of a loaded question. And Benjamin asks, tough times. Yes. I would tend to think, yes, tough times in Kabul. And Benjamin says, I'm sorry that so many people have to go through that. Life is not always fair. And that is true. And Afghanistan has replied, we're stuck in here, only living to survive and eat, not die. And Benjamin has put up a kind of a text emoji of a sad face. Yeah. We pray for you, Afghanistan. We pray for you. And Afghanistan says, I wish I was born in the 1960s. We were Afghanistan under King Zahir Shah. And Benjamin says, it makes us realize that there's so many big problems in the world that we can't always fix. And that is true. But the funny thing is, and people have asked me about it, still we should pray. those of us who have faith, we believe in a life beyond the temporal one we have here. And we know that beyond this life is, it's heaven. And our friend the Greek has come aboard, said, "Hey friend, I will try to be reserved and not constantly comment." Well, that's okay. You're more than welcome to join in the conversation. It's your contributions that help. And Afghanistan says, us Afghans, instead of looking forward for future, we dream of going back. And Benjamin's replied, hopefully things will get better for you, though. We can't get caught up in the past. That's true. We each have a choice. We can't go back to the past. But what we can do is we can gather the best of what we've learned in our pasts and carry those things into the present moment and also into the future. That's how I've always tried to look at things. MBB Creation has come aboard and says, this is Sunday in India, 6:44 a.m. And Afghanistan says, I hope I was the leader of my country and make my country like at its peak. And Benjamin says, Afghanistan, stay safe, man. I wish you the best. And the Greek says, enjoy your tea, BB Creation. Yes, morning tea is nice. Morning tea is nice. And Afghanistan says to Benjamin, thanks, man. God bless you. And BB Creation has replied back to the Greek, thank you. And thank you all for coming aboard. And Benjamin points out to our friend Afghanistan in Kabul, who knows? Maybe you will be the leader one day. Well, in a way, perhaps he's the leader already. Sometimes we don't have to lead a great mass of people. Sometimes we just have to remember that we have our own destiny and our own relationships and our own ship to guide and lead. And Benjamin says, remember me, yeah? And Afghanistan replies, Benjamin, that means a lot. Thanks, man. And as silly as it seems, we always have hope. And Benjamin says, I'm going to grab some breakfast. Sounds like a plan. And Benjamin says, bye, guys. And to Benjamin, we say, well, Godspeed, good luck, and we hope to see you around town again soon. And Afghanistan says, bye. Bye, Benjamin. Oh, the sunset is so beautiful. This camera just simply does not do it justice. The tops of some clouds in the distance are trimmed in gold. There are other clouds in the foreground that darken things a little bit, and then underneath is the gold as it's reflected. The ice crystals in the clouds reflect the sunlight as it filters through the haze. And Afghanistan remarks, yo, that sunset looks awesome. It is. It is. And it's so awesome that you're here with us, too. It's truly a blessing, Afghanistan. It's truly a blessing. You contribute so much. You really do. And the Greek says, I like the color tone. Reminds me of a Georgia peach. Yes, I can kind of see that. If you look between the trees and you can see the one cloud dipping down slightly vertically, yes, that kind of looks like a Georgia peach. You can see it. I'll see if I can point it out to you. If you look around here, you can see it rise up, back down, and around like this. And then you can see the little down thing there, and then like that. It does kind of remind you of a Georgia peach. And Afghanistan tells us, thanks, you're truly welcomed. Ah, there's another cicada. Yeah. I knew they were coming soon. 2-3 nights ago, I mentioned the cicadas were due to arrive. And they're calling out to their mates. They live for just a few days after they emerge. And now you can hear the other cicada replying to the call of the first one. And Afghanistan says, it gives me chills when I think how our country changed, what it was and what it is right now. Yeah. Yeah. I feel that too. Here, even in America. It's not nearly as oppressive as what you may be experiencing in Kabul. But to some of us, it is frightening just the same. The only thing we can do is try to resist the bitterness and the insolence, apathy, and avarice, and still try to be kind to each other and understanding and mindful of how we all need each other to really get along, how intertwined our lives really are. And News 43 with JR says, hi, glad to see you again. And of course, we're always glad to see you, JR. And Afghanistan says, God bless you, bro. And you all Americans all the way from here, Kabul. God bless you too. God be with you. I remember myself. Maybe some of you do too. Perhaps the first images or the first awareness of Afghanistan that we had when we were young. My father had bought for me a subscription to National Geographic magazine. And in the early 1970s, on the front cover of National Geographic was the image of a young girl, dark-haired, with eyes of green-blue, I think, as fiery as could be. And in her culture and in her faith at that time, to have your image captured on a camera was shameful. It was as if your soul was being stolen. That's how the culture felt. And yeah, many years later, though, I think less than 10 years ago, she finally was able and accepted refuge in Italy. Much changed from that first image, but definitely the same person. Yes. And News 43 with JR says, what time is it in your area? Right now here in Central Daylight Time, it is 20:25 and 45 seconds according to my watch. So we're coming up on about 8:26 by conventional time. And Autumn says hi. Hello again, Autumn. How are you this evening? And Afghanistan, well, first let me back up a little bit. The Greeks had made some observations about Afghanistan, and Afghanistan has replied that after King Mohammed Zahir Shah's regime fell, Afghan never became the same nation. Autumn says they're doing good. That's good. That's good. I hope you're enjoying the sunset, Autumn. I'm doing very well. I'm doing very well. So what time is it where you are, Autumn? And Autumn says it is 7:27. So that's 7:27 p.m. or a.m.? It can literally make a world of difference. Autumn, can you tell us what time zone that you're in? And the Greek asks, how big is the yard you're responsible to maintain in your mobile home park? Approximately 70, well, I don't know, maybe, let me take that back. I would say approximately 30 wide by 100 deep. Um, Autumn wants to know what? I wanted to know what time zone you're in. Is it, I think you said that it was 7:27 for the time, and I didn't know if that was 7:27 in the morning or 7:27 in the evening. And Autumn's liked. Thank you very much, Autumn. We always appreciate that here. We like you too. We like you too. And Afghanistan is reminiscing about how things were before. And Autumn says it's daytime. So I assume that means it's morning. Is that correct, Autumn? And News 43 with JR says the time in New Jersey is 9:30 p.m. at night. And our time is 1 hour ahead. Yes, you're 1 hour ahead of me here in Central Daylight Time. And Chunkaroo says, anybody seen many lightning bugs lately? Well, if you look down towards the bottom of the screen, the rain has brought them out here. And but Chunkaroo hasn't seen any this year where they are. And Afghanistan has a question. Go ahead. See if we can answer that. And Autumn says it's 7:30 p.m. So that means you're probably on what we call mountain time. Just an hour west of where I am here in the Central Daylight Time Zone. You're in Mountain Daylight Time. And Chunkaroo says, I just saw it as I sent that, laughing out loud. Yes, yes. Yeah. Sometimes that's the way it goes. Hope you folks can excuse me for a second. I'm going to have to shift my position here. Since it's rained, my trousers are clinging to my legs, and I'm trying to, keep from getting all sticky here. So, hang on a second. I'll be right back with you. Okay. And Afghanistan says, when you were younger, how Afghanistan looked like in your mind? How did you imagine Afghanistan? Intensely mountainous, rugged, jagged terrain, very challenging, very harsh environment actually, which makes for very, very rugged and resilient people. That's how I imagined Afghanistan myself. And Autumn says, I've seen 7 butterflies every day. Isn't that beautiful? I think I've only seen one since the beginning of spring. And I want to say it was like a blue monarch, but that was a long time ago. It's been well over a month or two. And I'll be honest, folks, I don't know how much longer I'm going to have to do this. And Autumn asks, "Are you okay?" Yes, I'm fine. Yes, I'm fine. Here, I'm going to pan over here. You can see the dark cloud there. It's actually a little darker than what it shows up in the screen. Yes, and Afghanistan agrees with what I said. Yes. Afghanistan is often referred to as either the Switzerland of Asia or where empires go to die, is what I remember about Afghanistan for other countries that have tried to invade and dominate it. And Chunkaroo says, "I got rained on too today. I went on a motorcycle ride with my father-in-law. Weather people don't know what they're talking about." Well, gee whiz. Just chalk it up to the Admiralty and the monarch upstairs having a sense of humor. Yes. And News 43 with JR says, "Do you know that it is always raining in Florida? It sure seems that way, doesn't it? And you guys always need the rain because, my gosh, when it gets dry down there, you guys get wildfires bad too." And Autumn says, "Be back, okay?" Well, that'd be wonderful, but I'll be honest, we're probably going to wrap this up in about another 7 or 8 minutes, Autumn. So if we're gone, I'm still going to say right now, just in case, good luck and Godspeed, Autumn. I hope to see you around town again. And the Greek is replying to Afghanistan, "Yes, you are very accurate about the natural barriers that protect your country from occupiers." Yes. All nations have some measure of natural barriers, I think. Not all. Of course, here in the United States, we traditionally counted on the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean, and had regarded our northern and southern neighbors in Canada and Mexico as friends for the bulk of our history. And Autumn's back and says hi to everyone. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful colors tonight. Far more stunning than what you can see in the image. I wish you could see this in person, folks. Oh, how I wish you could see it with the eyes that I'm seeing it with. And Chunkaroo says that they're heading out as well. Have a great night, everybody. See you on the next one. Well, good night, Chunkaroo. We'll catch you on the next one. And I can see we're up to 7 likes now. Thank you very much, everyone. It means so much to all of us, those likes. And it means so very much, your chat messages, because, really these things are about all of you. And we get to share some time and some thought, a little bit of fellowship, perhaps. And our friend the Greek, they're saying nighty-night before the end of the stream. Yeah, it's getting to be about that time. And News 43 with JR says it's going to rain over there. Yeah, he may actually have up a radar screen where he can see the rain approaching where I am. And I don't think he's wrong. Yeah. I'm starting to hear the wind start to rustle in some of the trees. So yeah, I think it's probably a good time to draw this to a close, folks. I wish I could stay on later because it is so gorgeous. But it does look like I am going to get very wet very soon. So, with that, I think we're going to wrap it up. And as always, no matter where you are, be kind, be gentle, be respectful and mindful of those around you. Give thanks for what we have to share in just kindness, and aspire to be better people. We all should continuously do that. And as we do that, we also serve to mentor and inspire others. So, to all of you who've joined me tonight, thank you so very much. You all make these live streams possible, and you contribute so very, very much. I really, my heart is filled with gratitude for all of you. So, until next time, stay safe out there. Have a little fun. Good luck. Godspeed. And we'll see you around town.